we'll be looking at subjects and objects in a sentence. What did I say we're looking at today?
Looking at subject and object in a sentence.
Yes, subject and object in a sentence. Okay, now I'm going to be sharing this screen with you right away so that we can get going. Subject and object in a sentence. So that means we are saying that in a sentence we can find subject and we can find object. So let's look at this. Subject and object have the opposite functions in a sentence. That is, the function of object is the opposite of the function of subject. The subject is the doer of the action. For example, when we take the sentence, we are watching Netflix. Here, the subject is the pronoun we. Then objects are the opposite. Instead of doing something like watching Netflix, then the objects are acted upon. The objects are acted upon. So like when we say we are watching Netflix, here the subject is pronoun we, which is we are the one watching something, and the thing that we are watching is the object. In other words, we say subjects are the thing or people who performs the action conveyed in a sentence. Things or people performs the actions conveyed in a sentence is the subject, while the receiver of the action is the object. The receiver of the action is the object. I'm going to be calling up some examples here where we're going to be underlining or outlining the subject and object in a sentence. Let's take sentence 1. She visits her parents at least once a month. She visits her parents at least once a month. Now, in this particular sentence, she visits her parents at least once a month. Here, we want to know what is the subject and what is the object. Of course, the subject is the performer of the action. Who visits parents every once a month? That's she. So, this is the subject. While the person or the people that she visits at least once a month are the object. So, here now, I can say S stands for subject and O stands for object. So, I'm going to indicate I'll put S, subject. S stands for subject and O stands for object, because that is the receiver of the action. That's the receiver of the action. So, subject and object. So we're going to bring up another example. So the example 2 that I'm going to bring out here says, Ruby loves pancakes. Ruby loves pancakes. Let's see the second example here. Ruby loves pancakes. Yeah. The person that performed the action of loving something is the subject, like we said. So Ruby is the subject, while the pancake that she loves is the object. So here now I said this is the subject. This is the subject and this is the object. So I'm going to bring up a few more examples for us to differentiate between subject and object in a sentence. For us to differentiate between subject and object in a sentence, I'm going to bring up some more examples. The next example is the key is in the drawer. The key is in the drawer. Yeah. What's in the drawer? The key. So with that, know that the key is the subject. The key. The subject is the key. Thus, the key that is in the drawer. Since it's the key that's in the drawer, the key is the subject, while the drawer, where the key is the object. So, drawer. In this case, you can say, I put subject S under the key, while object O under the drawer. So, Tracy, I don't know if you can hear me. It's trying to do. Okay. So let's call up on sample 4. The teacher, sample 4, say, trying to join again. The teacher is from Canada. The teacher is from Canada. So here, somebody is from Canada. That person is the subject of the sentence, while where the person is from is the object of the sentence. So again, I have a subject here and object here. So the next sentence, which is 4, number 4 sentence, Maria has lost her money. Maria has lost her money. So that sentence, for that particular sentence, can bring up subject and the object. So Maria has lost her money. Sentence. The sentence says Maria has lost her money. So Maria is the subject. What she lost is the object. So I'm going to underline that subject, while the money she lost is the object, her money. Okay. You can underline both her and money. So it's her money. That's the object. While so Tracy, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now, Tracy? You are there. I can hear you, but I don't know if you're hearing me. Can you hear me now? This is subject and this is the object. Okay. Tracy, unmute yourself and talk. Can you hear me now? Then use your video too. Now, I'm going to
Yes,
bring
I
up.
can hear you.
Okay, that's good. So I have to bring up more examples. Try to go through what's on the screen, and you will realize that we have been talking about subject and object in a sentence, where we said subject is the performer of the action, and the object is the one that receives the action. So here now, I'll be bringing up one more example. So after then, I'll be asking you to figure out the subject and object in a sentence. So, example 6. Sleeping on the floor. Art is back. Yeah, we can put art there because we singularize that. Sleeping on the floor, art is back. Now, from here, something hurts his back. What Earth is back is in on the floor, and that's the subject of the sentence. While the thing that was Earth is back, that's the object of the sentence. So yeah, you can say we have the subject here and we have the object of the sentence here. So Tracy, unmute yourself now and be ready to answer some questions.
Sir, I understand, sir.
So I said you'll be ready to answer some questions now. So the next one is for you to identify the subject and the object in this sentence. Is Ejiro around now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so all right. Both of you should let your face show so that the first question goes to Tracy and the next one goes to Ejiro. Now, Tracy, what is the subject in this sentence? Yes, what is the subject in this sentence?
Is in order to prepare for a career in economy. Career in economy.
Okay, what did career in economy does in the subject?
Sorry. Subject. In order to prepare for career in economy. Yeah, the career in economics is the subject. Why? In order to prepare is the object.
Okay, wait. We said
Sir?
subject must do something. So what did career in economy, what did it do in the sentence?
The sentence doesn't look.
Okay.
It took so much to do that.
Okay. So let me correct that. In order to prepare for a career in business, Ria studied economics. What did Ria do? Ria did what?
Ria is not showing here. Sir, Ria is not showing here.
It's not showing, but you can see economics.
Yes, I can see economics.
So what happened to the economics there? Can you see this sentence?
Yes, sir.
Read the sentence and let me hear it.
In order to prepare for a career in business, Ria economics. Okay, the last one I know.
So what is the subject now? I said Ria studied economics. So Ria is the subject, while what she studied is the object. So this is subject and this is object of this sentence. So I'm going to be putting subject and object here. So this is the subject of the sentence and this is the object of the sentence. Is that clear to you? Unmute yourself and let me hear you. I'm waiting. Use your video, use your audio and let me hear you. Is that clear to you? Okay, there is another one here. She is living in Toronto. Yeah. She is living in Toronto. That is the next one, number 8. So here, she is subject, while she is the subject here, while Toronto is the object. So here I can say she is the subject and Toronto is the object. So are you ready now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the next question goes to Ejiro. So Ejiro, be prepared to answer this one. Pick out the subject and the object in this sentence. And here is the sentence. Walking long distances improves blood circulation. Yes. So what is the subject and what is the object of this sentence, Ejiro? Let me see your face.
Why the blood circulation?
Okay. Walking is the subject. Blood circulation is the object.
Okay, something improves something. So what improves blood circulation? Yes? What improves blood circulation? Yes, I'm waiting. Walking long distance. And what it improved is blood circulation.
Oh, walking long distance.
So now this is the subject, while this is the object. And I was there. So the next one is for Tracy. Tracy, pick out the Tracy, you have to pick out the subject and the object in this.
Oh,
Yes.
this one. Is in the garden, tongue, daughter. Our daughter is the.
Yes,
Sir.
I'm waiting.
Sir, can you hear? Our
I'm
daughter
hearing
is.
you. What is the subject?
Sir, I said our daughter is.
What is the subject?
A white
Yes.
fly.
This is the subject, and this is the object, our daughter. Okay? Is that taken?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now the next one is for Ejiro. So, Ejiro, here comes your horn. Fish out the subject and object in this sentence. Yes, you can see the sentence now, so fish it out.
John.
Yes, what's the subject, what's the object?
Is you now? Sorry.
This is the subject.
Subject.
And what did he play?
The
What did he
piano.
Eh,
The piano.
he played what?
The piano.
John played what?
A piano. The piano to say.
What did John play on the piano?
Songs.
Song.
Aha! So what is the object now?
The object is song.
Any song.
Song on piano. Any song. Oh,
Yes.
many songs.
So John played many songs on the piano. So this is the subject. This is the subject and this is the object. So the next one goes to Tracy. So Tracy, get ready to answer this one. Pick out the subject and the object. She accidentally tore the page in her book when her brother startled her. Yes, I'm waiting for you, Tracy.
She accidentally is the subject.
Hmm?
Why? No, she is the subject, officer. She is the subject. I saw a page in her book is the object.
Really? This is the subject.
Her book.
And what she taught? What did she tell? A page. She taught what? Page in her book. So the page that she taught is the subject because that's the receiver of the action taught. So I can see here she is subject like you rightly said. And this is the object. So can you hear that? Tracy, are you hearing that? Tracy, let me see your face. Are you hearing that? You are not talking again. And she just maybe it's the network again. Okay, I keep bringing up the examples. Let me hope that she joins soon. So what we've been looking at, I said, was a subject-object in a sentence. So the next example here was to be for Ejiro to identify subject and the object in this sentence. So George walks his dog twice a day. George walks his dog twice a day. Like we said, the subject is the one that does something in the sentence, while what receives the action is the object, and that was his dog. So George here is the subject, while the dog is his dog. Object. So I have the subject here, I have the object here. I'll bring up a few more examples that the class will can for today, while the video is going to be processed and sent across latest by tomorrow. So the next example here, even though it was late, Sheena drank coffee. Even though it was late, Sheena drank coffee. So even though it was late, Sheena drank coffee. The main thing there is that Sheena drank coffee. So Sheena is the subject, and the coffee that she drank is the object. So subject, object. Okay, the next example. Kids enjoy the birthday party. The kids enjoy birthday party. So let's see it here. Kids enjoyed birthday party. So who enjoyed the birthday party? That's the kids. What did they enjoy? The birthday party. And that makes the subject and the object shown. So the subject is the body of birthday party. And finally, I'm going to bring up this. My teacher found a mistake in my essay. My teacher found a mistake in my essay. So somebody found something. Somebody found something somewhere. So, and say, my teacher is the subject, and a mistake was found. The object, because that's the main thing we're talking about there. So I have the subject here and the object, and that is where we're going to be rounding up the class for today. Thank you for joining, even if it's well. Allow so I can say goodbye. So for today's English class, we will be looking at opposite words. Opposite words, and I want to believe that the students are going to join The network permit them so that we can learn together. So today's English class is on opposite words. Opposite words. And we'll try to look at some opposite words and use them in sentences as much as possible. So the first word we'll be looking at here, you see, opposite word. The first word we'll be looking at is abate. Abate. When we talk about abate, what is the opposite of the word abate? To abate simply means to reduce something or to decrease something. So the opposite should mean increase. So take note of that there. The word is abate and the opposite means increase. So how to use this in a sentence? Say, steps are to be taken to abate population. That means steps are to be taken to reduce population. Okay, maybe there is high population there. But that's not even the examples. We're talking about pollution now. So steps are to be taken to abate pollution, or you can say the population has increased to 1.2 million. I mean, from 1.2 million to 1.8 million. So that's an example. So Tracy, if you can hear me, Jerry, if you can hear me, I want to hear from you. You can hear me. So steps are to be taken to abate population. Pollution. And the population has increased from 1.2 million to 1.8 million. So these are two sentences where we use the word abate and the opposite, which is increase. So let's look at the next word there. Next word I want to look at is abortive. 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 Yeah, what is the opposite of the word abortive? The opposite is successful. If something is abortive, means it becomes unsuccessful. So the opposite is successful. And to use that in a sentence, we can say, during the war of 1770, the Greeks had risen in an abortive rebellion, promptly crushed by the Turks. Now, to use successful, you say they were successful in winning the contract. They were successful when. So Tracy and Adrian can hear me. Let me know. So these are sentences to use abortive and successful in sentence. So we're going to look at another word, abridge. Yeah, that's the word, abridge. Abridge, the opposite is expand. Abridge, expand. So, and to use that in sentence, we have a sentence like, she has been asked to abridge the novel for radio. She has been asked to abridge the novel for radio. Then to use expand, the waist expands to fit all sizes. Maybe the waist of a particular cloth is elastic that expands to fit all sizes. So it's for the heaviest. She has been asked to abridge the novel for radio, and the waist expands to fit all sizes. These are examples of sentences. So use the word abridge and expand. Okay, let's talk about the next one, which is abundant. Abundant. When something is in large quantity, say it's in abundance. So abundance of something. And what is the opposite of abundant? That is scarce. That is scarce. So the opposite of abundant is scarce. The opposite of abundant is scarce. And to use that in a sentence, you can talk about the number of fishes in the lake. So fish are abundant in the lake. The number of fishes. Fish are abundant in the lakes. So Tracy and Ejiro, can you hear me now? If you can hear me, let me know. Okay, so we'll continue. Abundant sentence is fish are abundant in the lake, while the food was often scarce in the winter. That's an example there when it comes to using abundant and scarce in sentence. Can you hear me now, both of you? Use your video, use your audio, and let me know if you can hear me. So the next one is accept. Yeah, accept. You want to use accept in sentence or the opposite of accept. The opposite of accept is decline. Can you hear me now, both of you? So accept, the opposite is decline. And let's try to use in sentence. So I can say, Rick accepted our offer of coffee. Rick accepted our offer of coffee. And to use decline, his school report said that he never declined the challenge. Yeah, so that's a good way to decline it. So let's use the sentence. So Rick accepted our offer of coffee. Then his school report said he never declined the challenge. So these are examples of sentences using accept and decline in a sentence. Using accept and decline in a sentence. Then there is another way. There's another opposite or accept, which is refuse. Refuse. And we will try to use that also in sentence. Can you hear me now, both of you? You can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Then use your video and let me know if you can hear me. So we try to use accept and refuse. So he accepted the invitation to stay with us. Then refused. The chairman refused to answer any more questions. So these are examples of sentences. We're talking about accept and refuse as a word and opposite. So I'm going to be clearing the screen now. I'll clear the screen so that we can accommodate one. Yes, yes. Can you hear me now? I don't know what is wrong with the network over there, but just follow. I can't hear you. You are offline, so you're going to get the video. Just follow from wherever you are. What I'm looking at here is opposite words. You know the meaning of opposite words, yes or no? Do you know the meaning of opposite words? Okay, again, your network permits you to talk. I don't know why. Do you know the meaning of opposite words, like I said?
I said.
So the opposite, yes, the word I'm looking at here now is accurate, and the opposite is inaccurate. So we're going to try to use accurate and inaccurate in sentences so that we can see to the meaning of that. The brochure tries to give a fair and accurate description of each hotel. That is using accurate in a sentence. Then a lot of what has been written about it is inaccurate. So that is for inaccurate. So using accurate and inaccurate, this is the sentence. Can you both see the sentence now? Are you seeing the sentences? They're not talking. Probably I should put them in waiting room. Are you seeing the sentences now? So the brochure tries to give a fair and accurate description of each hotel, and a lot of what has been written about it is inaccurate. Okay, I'm going to be asking you some questions now to actually know if you are there. So I'll give a word, and Tracy, in the first person, you're going to give me the opposite of the word. Opposite of the word. So Tracy, give me the opposite of the word achieve. I'm waiting.
Enoch.
You said what?
Enoch.
That's not correct. So the opposite of the word, that's not correct. That's not correct. The opposite of the word achieve is fail. The opposite of the word achieve is fail. So I'm going to use it in sentence. Can you use achieve in a sentence, please?
She achieved a great contract.
You don't achieve contract, you win contract. Anyway, he had finally achieved success. Then she failed to get into her college. That is how to use achieve and fail in sentence. So the next is going to be for Ejiro. Ejiro, I'll give you a word. You are going to give me the opposite. So, give me the opposite of the word admire. Yes, I'm waiting for you, Ejiro. I'm waiting. The opposite of the word admire. Okay, I think she's no longer there. So the opposite of the word admire is detest. Detest. So if you are there, let me know. Then I'm going to talk about using it in sentence. So that is the opposite of the word admire. That is detest. And to use the two in sentences, I really admire your enthusiasm. Yes, that is to use admire. Then the two men detested each other. That is to use detest. Now, Ejiro, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
So what is the opposite of the word admit?
Dismiss. Huh? Sorry?
What's the opposite of the word admit?
Dismiss.
That is not correct. The opposite of the word admit is deny. So the opposite of the word admit is deny. Then I'm going to put some sentences here now. Then we'll move on and give Tracy our own question. So a quarter of all the workers admit to taking time off when they are not ill. Then to use deny. The department denies responsibility for what occurred. The department denied responsibility for what occurred. Okay, let me give this to Ejiro. Ejiro, I'm going to give you a word now. You're going to tell me the opposite. What is the opposite of the word advance? Yes, I'm waiting. What's the opposite of the word advance? Okay, no, not to waste our time. The opposite of the word advance is retreat. And when the army are marching, we talk about okay, maybe they are going forward, they are advancing their journey, or they retreat from the mission. So, opposite. Let's talk about sentences here now. We can say the troops were finally given the order to advance. The troops were finally given the order advance. That is the order to go ahead. The army was forced to retreat after suffering heavy loss. That's another example there. So these are the sentences that we can see here. The troops were finally given the order to advance. Then the army was forced to retreat after suffering heavy loss. So Ejiro, here comes your phone now. I have another one for you here. Are you there, Ejiro?
No, sir.
Is she there?
Yes.
So, Ejiro, give me the opposite of the word bear. Yes, give me the opposite of that word you can see there, bear. Okay, in order not to waste our time, the opposite of the word bear is covered. When you're talking about barefooted, someone who's walking without wearing anything covering the foot. So let's talk about the sentences now that we can use that in sentence. So the room was completely bare except for a bed against the wall. The room was completely bare. Then the walls were covered with pictures. So those are two sentences to depict the use of bare and covered. Okay. The next one is going to be for Tracy. It's going to be for Tracy. So Tracy, what is the? Are you there, Tracy?
Yes, sir.
So what is the opposite of the word blunt?
The opposite of the word.
Yes.
Don't.
What you can see the word. So what's the opposite of that word?
Did.
Opposite of which
Don't.
word? Which word are you seeing on the screen?
I'm not seeing the one.
There's nothing there.
You can't see this.
Okay, I'm
Is that
seeing
what? So why do you say you can see it? Okay. Now, what's the opposite of that word?
it. No.
Yes. That's for Tracy.
See.
What do you call it?
Cannot see it.
You can't see it now.
I guess you should shift down a little.
Can you see it?
Okay. Oh.
Can you see it? So what is the opposite?
Yes,
Yeah, what's the opposite?
who's been a blunt?
Okay.
Bold.
Anyway, don't worry. The opposite is sharp, okay? Because that has wasted a lot of our time. The opposite is sharp, and trying to use it in sentence, I have this sentence, okay? Sharpen all your blunt knives. Then make sure you use a good sharp knife. So those are the two sentences there. Let me bring up the sentences so that you can see them. So sharpen all your blunt knives. That's to use blunt in a sentence. Then make sure you use a good sharp knife. That's to use sharp in a sentence. So the next one goes to Ejiro. Ejiro, are you there? She's not answering. Ejiro, are you there? So what is the opposite of the word you can see on the screen? She's not there. Okay.
She's coming, sir. She's
Okay, I should
She's
wait for her.
yes, yes,
Alright.
yes.
So let her answer me. What's the opposite of the word on the screen? Yes?
Is it what's the opposite?
Anyway, timid. That's the opposite of the word you see on the screen. Timid. So I'm going to use that in a sentence each now so that you can see what it means. My aunt was a bold, determined woman. Then you can say, I was a timid child. I was a timid child. So the next one goes to Tracy. Tracy, what is the opposite of the word boundless? Yes.
Bound.
Bound. Okay, the opposite actually is limited. When something is limited, that means it has boundaries. So let's use that in sentences. And you have the sentences here. Today, the opportunities for leaders are boundless, but so are the challenges. And my knowledge of the business is limited. Those are the two ways to use that. Okay, let me bring another one for okay, for Ejiro now. Is Ejiro there now?
I'm here.
Okay, let me see your face if you are there. And give me the opposite of the word cautious. Yes, opposite of the word cautious.
Cautious.
Yes, cautious.
Um.
Yes, okay, no, waste our time. The opposite of the word cautious is careless, okay? And we can use careful and careless too. So the opposite of the word cautious is careless. So let's use that in example, sentences that we know what we're talking about here. So we can say Keller is cautious for making predictions for the success of the program. Keller is cautious for making predictions for the success of the program. Then using careless, I was careless of him to leave the door unlocked. I was careless of him to leave the door unlocked. So the next one is for Tracy. Tracy, are you there? I can't hear you. Yes, Tracy, give me the opposite of the word center. Tracy is not there again. Okay, the opposite of the word center is edge. Talking about center of a thing or the edges of a thing. So try to use that in sentence and we'll look at a few more words before we end up. So his goal is to turn Stafford into a center for environmental policy. Now Billy sat on the edge of the bed, not the center of the bed, but the edge of the bed. So that's how to use that in sentences. That's how to use that in sentences. Then can you hear me now, Tracy and Ejiro? Now if you can hear me, so you let me know. Then we'll continue with Are you there now? Can you hear me? Okay, so I'm going to give you one word now to give me the opposite.
Oh.
So
What is that?
give me the opposite of the word despair. You get that?
Despair.
Look at it here.
No, sir.
Yes.
Despair.
Like this still food.
So that is the opposite. Hope is the opposite. So let's use that in sentences. Use that in sentences. She killed herself in despair. Then when I first arrived in New York, I was full of hope for the future. I first arrived in New York. And next one is going to be for Ejiro. Ejiro, are you there now? Let me hear you if you are there, Ejiro. It's not there?
No, sir.
He's yes, sir.
Then why are you not facing your camera? Then give me the opposite of the word drunk. Yes? Ejiro, what's the opposite? The opposite of the word drunk is sober. So I'm going to use that in sentences now. Both of you are not facing your camera, and that means you are not concentrating at all. So David will get drunk, and I would hope take him home and put him to bed. Now, he's a nice guy when he's sober. That's another example to use sober. Then, what is the opposite of the word? Tracy, yes.
I must get one.
Tracy, what is the opposite of the word dusk? Yes.
Green.
Oh, I'm not talking about dust.
Green.
Dusk. You've not had from dusk till dawn before. So opposite is dawn, okay?
Not.
Yes,
From dusk
sir.
till dawn, yes, opposite. So let's use sentences there.
Only here from
So the street lights go on at dusk. Then the boats set off at dawn. So dusk simply means night, while dawn means early in the morning. Is that taken? Is that taken by both of you? Okay. Let's look at this. I said, is that taken by both of you?
Yes, sir. It's taken by both of us.
Okay, so Ejiro, here is your own now. Give me the opposite of the word exhale. Exhale.
yes, sir.
The opposite is inhale. Okay, so you don't have to waste my time, Ejiro. The opposite is what?
Inhale.
Very good, inhale. So I'm going to give you sentences now. He sat back and exhaled deeply. She closed her eyes and inhaled deeply. That's talking about breathing. Breathing. So, Tracy, here comes your home. What is the opposite of the word expand?
Tight.
It is contract. Contract. So the last, let's use the sentences now.
Relax. Everything is so slack. It is
Tracy, I'm hearing your noise there. The last were raised in 1980, and the town was permitted to expand in this direction. All lychees are very extensive and can contract the body to a thumb, pear-shaped form, or extend it to a long and worm-like shape. So that is using expand and contract in a sentence. We'll look at two more words, then we'll round up the class for today. So look at two more words. So get ready. I want to believe you should. And another opposite for expand there is shrink. Shrink. When something shrinks. So now, let me give this to Tracy. Tracy, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Or were you the one I just gave it to?
Yes, sir.
It was
So what? Okay, Ejiro, what is the opposite of the word on the screen?
I can't see it though.
Okay, let me move it and see. Famous. The opposite is unknown. Unknown.
Oh no.
Yes. Now let's look at sentences here. Many famous people have stayed in the hotel. Many famous people. So an unknown number of people were killed. An unknown number of people were killed. So that is how to use famous and unknown in sentences. So let me give another one to Tracy here now. So Tracy, here is your word. Feeble. Feeble. What is the opposite of the word feeble? For random.
Feeble.
Is that the opposite?
Feeble.
Tracy, I heard what you said. Is that the opposite? Away is the opposite, right?
Can't say away. I say feeble. Feeble.
Okay, strong. 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 The opposite of feeble is strong. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're going to look at sentences now. Then we're going to call it
Sir.
a day. Yes? You said
What
what?
is the opposite of soft?
Strong.
What is the opposite of soft?
Strong.
What do you mean?
Soft is
Okay,
strong,
okay. Opposite of soft is hard. Okay?
Okay, sir.
So she was too feeble to leave her room. Laura had a strong character. And this is where we're going to be ending the class for today. The previous lesson and this particular lesson, the lecture video are going to be made available over the weekend. It is by Friday, Saturday. So thank you very much for joining the class for today.
Bye, sir.